Would you mind going through the Wallal Expedition and why you're here in Perth?
I think everybody's heard of Albert Einstein, and his great prediction was that light is bent by gravity, to put it crudely. And this prediction was made way back in 1915. And the question was, how could it be tested? It's a tiny effect. And it was realized that during an eclipse of the sun, when the moon blots out the glare of the sun, the stars in the sky nearby can be seen even in the daytime, and that it would be possible with a careful measurement during a solar eclipse to see whether the positions of those stars in the sky had shifted. The shift is really, really tiny. This is a difficult thing to do. And at the time the prediction was first tested, which was 1919, it was right at the limit of technology. And the results of the 1919 eclipse were really not very good. It was carried out by a famous British astronomer, Arthur Eddington. It did serve to propel Einstein to international fame, however. He became a celebrity after Eddington's results were announced. But with hindsight, we see that it was a bit of a sort of fake story. And in 1922, there was an eclipse that passed over the Indian Ocean and into Australia, and a place called Wallal that I don't suppose anybody has ever heard of at the time, and an expedition was mounted from the University of Western Australia to go and observe this eclipse and get really careful measurements of the positions of the stars. Well, photographs, and the photographs were analysed, and sure enough, the stars had shifted in the sky. And now, of course, we're in no doubt about this, and we call this a space warp. That's the way I prefer to think of it. The sun's gravity is a warping of space in its vicinity, and the light simply takes the straightest possible path through that warped space, which means to us it's just like having a gigantic lens in the middle of the solar system, and so that lensing effect is very small. But we now have examples of gravitational lenses which are huge, and you can see photographs of lensing by supermassive black holes and galaxies and so on that are very, very conspicuous. But that initial result back in 1922 was the first key step in testing Einstein's theory.